Hello and welcome. In today's exciting episode, I make that super bling gold sequin jacket even more bling by adding some of the biggest beads that I own in my collection. It's so awesome to finally be using them up.
It's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect jacket.
So this month I'm making things inspired by the movie Desperately Seeking Susan. In the last episode I made this jacket. So this is the main character, Susan, and she steals these massively important Egyptian earrings, and I don't have my ears pierced, but I do love the idea of bling jewelry, and I had this gold sequin fabric, and I was just like, okay, I'll make that up into a jacket, and then I'll do one of those Chanel jackets from the 1980s or 90s, and also there's loads of designers that do bling jackets. So last episode made the jacket. This episode this morning I got out all my beads that could possibly be considered gems or, gem-like. And then I whittled it down to these colours because I think they go particularly well together. And also I've got another one that's going to be ruby and gold. So yeah, I'm going to use those on that one. This one, it's just the gem tones that look really good together. And my inspiration is Vogue India, basically. And it's green, like emerald green, and there's teal and a couple of different teal pearls as well. And that sort of magenta-y red, as well as the red glass, red plastic, and I've got some champagne ones in there. I don't end up using them, but it was good to get them out because, I wasn't really sure what... I had a really specific idea of what I wanted, but I wasn't sure how to use it, how to get it with just the beads in my collection. Because obviously when I buy different things, I just buy things because they look nice. So these are the smaller glass ones, and those teardrop ones are plastic, and the smaller teardrop ones are glass. So they're good weights. There's a mix of different sizes, shapes and weights. And so the first layer was doing the big ones. I think I used about 30 of the blue gold ones. It's blue and gold poured into the same mold. So and they're massive. So I did the bottom first, and then I did the cuffs, and then I put pins where the see how they're a little bit up from the hemline. That was easy on the hem and the cuffs because you turn them up 4 centimeters or 1.5 inches or whatever it is. So I actually had to measure on the neckline where that line would be. And then I had to do them. It's best to do the hem first and then the cuffs because, the bottom bits are easier. When you have to do around the top, it's really tricky because, you have no way of knowing, unless you sort of stitched lines on there, you have no way of knowing what it's going to look like and where the bead should be because of the way you have to hold the jacket. It's just really hard to judge where everything is. And I know the line isn't perfectly straight, but I like my jackets a lot better when they look organic or not machine made. So I am aware that they aren't perfectly straight. I personally like that better, but each to their own. So I had about 30 of the big blue ones, and then same again of the hearts, the faceted plastic magenta hearts. And oh my gosh, I just love this. I know at the moment the 2 hearts on the shoulders look like they're a bit high up, but once I add the next layer of beads, so I did the big ones first, and then the next layer is the medium and the small ones. So I've done the top right and the bottom left ones, and now I'm going to go around and do sapphire, then pearl, then emerald, then glass teal, and sort of just go in that order. But sometimes I put in an extra pearl, or sometimes I put in one of the little glass emerald teardrop ones. So there's sort of a formula, but it's really organic. And that's what I wanted to look like. Some of you who know my older jackets, where I bead onto a trim, then I stitch the trim onto the jacket, you'll be wondering, is it easier to stitch beads straight on to the jacket, or is it easier to do the beaded trim first? If you haven't done anything like this before, I would, doing the trim and then attaching the trim to the jacket is like 1,000 times easier. It's not easy, but it's much more manageable. So if you're wondering which one you should do, also a jacket like this, you need a specialty dry cleaner. So this is it finished. I thought maybe, because I've got some small beads as well, and I thought maybe I'd go around and dot some other ones in there, but I love it the way it is. I just really, really like it the way it is. I also have more of the teal pearls, and I was thinking maybe I'd do more, but I don't know. I just really like this jacket. It's a really clear design, but it's also ridiculously over the top and bling. I don't know. I love the simplicity yet decadence of it. But obviously they're not real gems. They're bits of plastic, most of them, and glass. But I don't know. Plus, I got to use up some beads that I haven't been able to use up for the longest time. So it's awesome. I love the colour mix. It's gentle. I think if I'd added the red in there, it would have just been a little too harsh. I'm glad I'm doing the separate one of the gold and the red. I think that one look really nice. And I have more of those the big blue and gold gem shaped ones, sapphire cut ones. Well, they're plastic, but I have more of them, another 30 or 35, I think. So enough to do one more jacket. I think I'll do the blue denim Italian one. I think I'll use them on that. I think maybe, but not anytime soon. But I'm just thrilled with the way that this turned out. I think the magenta hearts give it I think if I hadn't included them, it might have looked a little too serious and a little too decadent or opulent in the wrong way. But because I've got the hearts in there, it's like, is this a Barbie doll's costume made large, or what is it? And yeah, I love it so much. It was just so much fun to make too. And I was listening to these Al Jazeera podcasts. So yeah, it was just, I don't know. If you've listened to the Love to Sew podcast about beading, I'll put a link in the description box below. It's about how many Indigenous cultures the women of them or the two-spirit people of them use beading as a form of healing and working through whatever it is you've survived. And I really like that idea. And yeah, it's because I think a lot of people feel like there's so much they wish they could do. And, this is me, because I managed to finish this jacket in a day. And I was like, how did I manage that? Then I remembered earlier this month, I made this one. And I think doing all the planning and working out how many beads this one needed, the one on the left, well, one in the middle really, how many beads that one needed really helped me. Like, it really solidified how many I would need for this gold bling gem one. So I'm really, really glad I did the khaki and olive beads on that one first. And because that one has a lot more beads because they're a lot smaller. So obviously if a bead is 4 times as big, then you just need 1. Whereas if they're 4 times as small, you're going to need 4. So yeah, it was really useful to do that one first and then do this one. And before that, I'd done the snowdrop one. And in the opening sequence, there's that green one with the gold bits around the top as well. So I've done a few of these jackets, a few of this design, but yeah, I'm really happy with it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've been inspired to do some beading of your own or make a jacket. Oh yeah, some people, you'll notice that the sequins aren't the sequin fabric isn't perfect. It doesn't fold well at the edges. That's just when you do an extreme close-up from far away. The reason it looks so shimmery and so 3D is that there are a lot of spaces between each of the sequins. So yeah, it's a bit of a Monet. Up close it looks a bit splotchy, but when you step back it looks, yeah, I think absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Happy sewing.